The Thursday night football game had the Buffalo Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins in an AFC clash. And man, this game had so much interesting stuff happen in this one. Mike, the Bills got the win, and they looked dominant, man. And I don't know if it was just that Tua was off or just the Bills are way better than a lot of people are giving them credit for. BC, what's your thoughts on this one, brother?
I mean, my early prediction about the Bills not exactly doing so well in their division, starting to look a little sus right now. I mean, I know it's only week 2, so obviously you don't want to overreact too much. But they played a great game, especially on the defensive end, forcing 3 turnovers from Tua, 3 INTs like that. That's huge, honestly. Again, we talk so much about how high-powered this offense is with Miami, how much speed they have, and it works to a certain extent. But if you're not able to get the ball effectively out to your playmakers in space and make that happen, you're turning the ball over left, right, and center. Not only are you getting that high-powered offense off the field, but you're also getting that defense, which isn't exactly what Miami's known for. You're keeping them on there a lot longer. And as you can see, like Buffalo is just able to wear them down, break them down over the course of the game. So it was marvelous execution on the defensive front for Buffalo. Miami left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, well, I didn't mention it before. The score, if you didn't get a chance to see it, it was 31-10. Josh Allen went 13-19, 139 yards, a touchdown, and 1 interception. Tua Tagovailoa went 17-25. He had an interesting game out there, man. 145 yards, 1 TD, and 3 interceptions. James Cook. I know, Mike, you're excited about this one, having him on your fantasy team out there, man. You must have been losing your mind. James Cook was the absolute star of this game, man. He had 11 carries, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 reception for 17 yards and a TD. Mike, I know on a Thursday you always feel like you got the week already won off of that. How's your fantasy team doing, and how do you think this game went, man?
Our fantasy team's doing good, baby. James Cook give me 29 to start off the week just on Thursday night. You know, I don't like to go in advance and be like, yeah, the week's already done and won, because anything can happen in fantasy.
Yeah.
I've seen dudes come back with 40 points on Monday Night Football. And it's like, dude, it
just last week.
Dreams right there.
Just last week, Moody.
Yep. And Jordan Mason. As well.
Woo!
But just sticking with that, yeah, James Cook was cooking out there, man. And dude, it was mainly, in my opinion, because the rush defense for the Dolphins is just horrible, man. They don't have Bradley Chubb. Jalen Phillips is out. 2 of the best D-line right there that can really help them with the run defense, and they're out. So it's not going to be good for them. Yeah, they bring in Calais Campbell. He's doing a little bit of work, but he can't do as much. He's old. Like, he's like, what, 34, 35? So it's like, for him, it's going to be tough to actually stop the middle of the field when it comes to the run. And then speaking on the offensive side, bro, like, before, all prayers to Tua and his family, but before that concussion happened, he threw 3 picks. One of them wasn't his fault, I would say. It hit the shoulder of one of his receivers, and I think that receiver is supposed to turn around in time. I think the timing there was off. But the other 2 was his fault. He overthrew Robbie Anderson. They could say that Robbie Anderson didn't run the right route, but then again, right. I don't know. You're the quarterback. You got to make sure that your players know the plays. And
then, he was throwing anticipation routes to people that have no anticipation with him yet. So, like, it just didn't make any sense why you were trying to throw that kind of route to those 2 guys who just got with the team like weeks ago.
Yeah, and then the third one was the one that he tried to throw away out of bounds. A lot of people saying that he tried to throw it away out of bounds, but if you really look at the replay, to me, it looked like he was trying to throw to the receiver or the running back that was there on the sideline because of the way that he threw the ball. It was like an air ball. He didn't even launch it into the stands. When you're throwing away the ball, bro, you got to put all your might in that, because you don't want it to what happened and get an interception for a pick 6. So it's just like, man,
right. If you're gonna throw away the ball.
Yeah, bro. Just
give the fans a souvenir.
They just had a bad game overall on defense and on offense. And speaking on the Tua situation, I know you want to get into it a little bit later, but like, prayers to him and his family. Like, it sucks that really happened to him. And then for the Bills, man, they dominate the Dolphins, man. They own them right now, bro. Yeah. They're 11-1 against the Dolphins in the last 12 meetings, bro. And Josh Allen 7-0 in Thursday Night Football. So it was like, dude, the Bills came in there and they're like, yo, we're gonna put a stomp on this game, and they did. The Fins, they looked like they were scared to play, bro.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think we got to start giving some credit to the Bills, honestly. I remember whenever we were making our predictions for the divisions, I was saying that I thought that the Bills were going to be a little bit better, but they are way better than I expected them to be right now. They did take on a heavy favorite in the Miami Dolphins. That was my AFC Super Bowl pick. And man, the Bills are looking a lot better. Josh Allen, it looks like even though he did have one pick, he just looks like he is in the different zone right now. Like he really looks like he's ready to play. He's trying to put the team on his back, but not doing anything he doesn't need to. I mean, it's a simple fact of Josh Allen only had one touchdown in a game and only threw for 139 yards and got a win. That's unheard of, really, for how the Bills operate. So I think that they're doing really well with the new system. Joe Brady out there is running the ball. You don't have to make Josh Allen be Superman until he absolutely has to. So the less you put on Josh Allen, less that I think it's better. And that's why I picked him as the MVP, because I think they can put it on him. So BC, buddy, man, this was wild.
Well, and I will say, though, too, like to speak to not just Buffalo, but I think the NFL in general now, we're starting to see, we're starting – I know for a long time, especially with the resurgence of Patrick Mahomes, obviously other great quarterbacks perform like Brady and Manning, we started seeing the NFL leaning a lot more towards the pass. And a lot of people are saying, oh, yeah, the running game's dead. It's a passing league. But now I think we're starting to see not necessarily a full swing back the other way, back to like 50s and 60s where we're going to see fullbacks make a comeback or whatever. But we're starting to see now more of a focus on run game being a legit part of the offense and not just guys getting 15 carries a game. But now you're starting to see there's an emphasis on balance on the offense. You can't just strictly rely on air raid the whole time. You need to have a good ground game. And it doesn't mean you have to approach it the same way where you run a two-back system. You can start running it out of a spread with 3 wide and a tight end. You can have some other movements and everything, running 2 running back sets occasionally, but with 1 in the slot. You can mix it up a little bit, but you do need to have some balance. And I think it is important, like we saw here in this game, where your quarterback's not going to be great all the time. Obviously we talk about how Josh is 7-0 now in Thursday nights, almost the Thursday night these days. But, he's not always going to have, an MVP caliber game. So you need other guys, James Cook, to step up and help carry that offense. And there's nothing wrong with that. And it's a viable way, I think, to win in today's league.